Time now to focus on boxing, and I'm delighted to be joined in the studio by Manchester trainer and of course Manchester Evening News columnist Joe Gallagher. Joe, welcome.
Hi.
We'll start with Amir and another great win for him at the weekend.
Yeah, it was fantastic. No one expecting them to blow the kid out in 76 seconds. Quite a reversal to him 12 months ago when he was blown away under 90 seconds, but it was a fantastic performance. The crowd loved him up there in Newcastle, and he'd done a good job. It was a fantastic week, and it's been a fantastic year for him. The only thing that marred last week really was, I don't know who advised him, but the comment about if he was white he'd be a superstar, and I don't think there's a place for race or religion in sport. It's about talent and ability. You have the likes like Naz and Eubank years ago. They were characters and never played the race card, and it's only Amir's first world title. You've got to look alongside who he trains. Manny Pacquiao, he won a world title years ago and wasn't claiming silly things like Amir is. So maybe in a few more years Amir will have that superstar status when he has 3 or 4 world titles like Pacquiao and Mayweather have.
Well, you mentioned Mayweather and Pacquiao. It brings on perfectly to what a fight that's going to be.
It's the Super Bowl of boxing next year, that fight, the super fight. It's something that we've all craved for a long time, to bring back the days everyone talks about, Leonard and Hearns and Hagler and all them days, and we've got to get the 2 best fighters of the generation. Shamefully, it's 2 of the people that have stopped Ricky Hatton going pound for pound, like, you know what I mean? But it's got to be a fantastic fight, and who's not to say there'll be a rematch there. It's going to be a blockbuster. It's got to break all box office records, and it's going to be the must-see event of the year.
Well, that's it, and 2010 already is looking like a promising year for boxing. Obviously, with Hatton's comeback, the potential of Pacquiao and Mayweather fighting each other, and not to mention a couple of your lads as well. You know, hopefully it's going to be a big year for you as well.
I think people knocking boxing this year regarding the UFC and how a UFC, the best are fighting the best. Like I say, Mayweather, Pacquiao, they're doing it. The American promoters are talking to each other. The best are getting it on, and I just think now British boxing has got to carry on that now. Your Frank Warrens, Mick Hennessy's, Frank Maloney's, they've got to get around the table and get the John Murray Amir Khan fights made, and let's give the British fans what they want. But it's got to be a fantastic year, not just in British boxing, but in the northwest and Manchester. Talk of Ricky Hatton's comeback was with Ricky over the weekend while we're in Ireland, with Matthew's win. And for somebody who's in the spotlight all the time, I've never seen somebody that was never an effort. He never refused one autograph or one photo, whether he was walking around the hotel, whether he was in a bar having a drink, whether he was getting a taxi. I've never seen nothing like it. So he's an absolutely stunning role model for the people of your Amir Khans and your John Murrays that are coming through now to deal with the press. Like, do you know what I mean? It'll be fantastic. And like I say, with him coming back next year, Amir Khan world champion, John Murray possibly winning the European title on a world title, Matthew Macklin, it's the best state Manchester boxing's ever been in the history of British boxing.
One of the fights on the undercard, of course, to come was Kevin Mitchell as well, and there's a story in today's paper about the potential of him fighting John Murray. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah,
well, John Murray has said he would love to fight Kevin Mitchell. That'd be a great fight, and I think Frank Warren's alluded to the fact that that could be a semi-final and the winner takes on Amir, and there's always been talk of John and Amir, and I don't know whether Frank's trying to get Kevin to do John and Amir's behalf so he don't have to fight him, but that's a great fight. And like I say, they do 2 different promoters, but Frank Warren's talking about it, so obviously they're taking heed of what's going on in America, and this year they've got to give the British fans and the Manchester public what they want, and that'd be a great tear up, a good north-south divide fight as well.
Just quickly, Macklin's fight over the weekend, another win for him.
Yeah, brilliant, fantastic. Like I say, he only had 10 minutes action in the ring this year, winning 2 belts in sensational fashion. And like I say, he had a good 10 rounds under his belt, and that sets him brilliant up for 2010 now, where hopefully Ricky will deliver his world title shot for him.
Excellent. Thanks very much as always,
cheers,
Joe,
no problem. Thanks for
all the best.